So the demolition project that the Village of Lansing has been going through now for the last year or two involves targeting abandoned homes that have fallen in disrepair beyond the point of being able to be rehabbed. These are the types of houses where the roof has been exposed and the outside elements and animals have gotten into these houses, and it's beyond the point of repair. So the goal is to demolish and remove those properties, and then ultimately to improve the appearance of the block and the houses around it by ultimately having another house redeveloped on the site. So what the village was able to do is we applied for grants through the Illinois Housing Development Authority. There's grants called the Abandoned Property Program, and we were awarded 2 grants, $250,000 each. So for a total of $500,000, and we're able to use that money to help acquire and then demolish these properties that are taking down the values of those around them. Imagine if your house was next to a dilapidated property. If you were trying to sell your house, it would limit the amount of people that were looking at it. It would limit what they were willing to pay you for the house. So that's where your property value really gets affected in a negative way when you're living next to something that's so dilapidated. You know, one of the benefits also of targeting homes that have fallen in such disrepair is that besides becoming a blight on the neighborhood and dragging down the property values as we've been discussing, these homes, sometimes when they fall into such states of disrepair, they become an attractive nuisance for maybe kids or other people from the neighborhood. And these houses can be dangerous. You know, when a house has been exposed to the elements, sometimes you might get somebody who breaks in. You have people messing around in the house. You have electric or plumbing that breaks apart, falls into disrepair, and the property can actually become dangerous. And you also may have animals that you can't see from the outside that are in the house. If you get kids investigating what's going on in the abandoned property, they might find themselves in a dangerous situation because of what's in that house. In regards to how these properties were selected, these were properties that our building department has been made aware, sometimes through neighbors calling and complaining, and other times just because our code enforcement officers are regularly driving through neighborhoods. These are houses that we would have cited for violations. As they become abandoned, the citations pile up. It's kind of a message to the village that this might be a property that we'd like to target for acquisition if funding becomes available. On most properties, we envision a sealed bid process where we would consider both the price and the use of the property. So we will have a procedure that will be approved by the village board, and then it'll be publicized on the website. And if the properties are offered for sale, that'll be advertised in the newspaper as well. In the meantime, if a next-door neighbor or anybody goes by any of these properties and is interested in them or wants to be on a notification list, they can email me at the village, and we'll make sure that they're notified of the process that will be taking place.